Take Aim by Sleep Token just takes love, weaponizes it, and fires it straight into your soul. And a massive thank you for the immense generosity for those folks displayed on screen who get to enjoy bonus perks and benefits as YouTube channel members and patrons. Hi everyone, it's been a while, I know, and I do apologize. I've just been having some mental and physical health struggles, so I just had to sort that out. But we are back with Take Aim Sleep Token, so without further bloody ado, let's dive straight into it. Oh. Hello, falsetto. He's got quite a range, doesn't he? That's stunning. It's a very high and delicate falsetto. Oh, that's stunning. Interesting lyrics. Oh, nice run. Ooh. Oh, that's beautiful. That's absolutely stunning. I need to look at the lyrics. I kind of became so enamored with the vocal that... Anyway, yeah, let's look at the lyrics. Okay, so immediately we've got a striking opening, and it is the extraordinary contradiction at the heart of Vessel's desire. He is simultaneously pleading for intimacy and inviting his own destruction. So the lyric, "Wait, won't you wait for me?" So it's almost painfully simple, right? It's a request for patience, but beneath it lies the terror of abandonment, the fear that the beloved is moving somewhere emotionally inaccessible while Vessel remains stranded behind. And then Sleep Token, or Vessel, just introduces this wonderfully tactile imagery. Don't you bathe in rivers, don't you feel alive? So in my mind, water, of course, is so often associated with cleansing, rebirth, and surrender, and yet here it feels almost accusatory, as though Vessel is asking whether the other person possesses the same visceral capacity for existence than he does. And then there's another extraordinary line. This entire song is extraordinary. How you love like weapons kill. Now, love has ceased to be sanctuary. It has become armament. There is something almost paradoxical in the metaphor because weapons do not merely hurt. They are designed to cause irreversible damage. So Vessel is therefore describing a love so potent that affection itself has become an instrument of annihilation. And rather beautifully, the chorus enters, and it doesn't retreat from that danger. It embraces it. So take aim at me for once. And that transforms emotional vulnerability into the language of execution, while the next line, break me apart, becomes almost an invitation to dismember the self. So with all of that being said, right, this isn't simply someone asking to be loved, not to my mind at least. It is someone who has become so accustomed to the destructive power of love that they would rather be wounded deliberately than remained untouched and uncertain. And I think rather profoundly, there is something almost masochistically romantic about that surrender. If you are going to destroy me, at least do it completely, consciously, and without pretending that this doesn't matter. At least that's what I'm getting from it. All right then, let's keep it going. Back to falsetto. Actually, it's more of a head voice. Yeah, because it's very well supported. Interesting. He's weaponized the lyrics. Oh, this is beautiful. Love weaponization. Absolutely beautiful. Bloody hell, too. Oh, sorry, I just needed to pause there, but that, oh, it's so good. So it's no secret to any Sleep Token fan that watches this channel that I am a massive fan of Vessel's writing. And I like the second verse because it becomes considerably darker, and there is a way that the language of devotion begins to mutate into the language of warfare, damnation, and self-destruction. Call, won't you call out my name? So that sounds on the surface like another plea for recognition, but Vessel immediately qualifies it, like a curse on this world, like a battle cry. So his name is no longer something he once spoken tenderly. He wants it invoked with violence, with conviction, almost as though merely being acknowledged by this person could unleash some apocalyptic force, I guess. And then we arrive at perhaps the most disturbing revelation thus far. You make me hate myself, make me tear my body, make me yearn for your embrace. So there is a grotesque paradox there. The beloved has become simultaneously the source of self-loathing and the only apparent remedy for it. So the more profoundly this person wounds him, the more desperately he craves their closeness. And again, with all of that being said, I think that radically reframes the chorus. So again, we go, so take aim at me for once. That is no longer simply a provocative invitation to be loved intensely. Because after the lines we just heard in verse 2, it sounds almost like a surrender to a destructive relationship dynamic. And I would say he is effectively saying, if you have the power over me, then just stop hesitating. Just use it. And the metaphor of taking aim suggests deliberate intent, while the next lyric, break me apart, love, that contains the song's most devastating contradiction, the word love. I think it's placed tenderly at the very moment he is asking to be destroyed. It is though affection and violence have become indistinguishable in his emotional vocabulary. So Vessel doesn't merely fear that this person will hurt him. He appears to believe that being hurt by them is somehow proof of their significance. And that, ladies and gentlemen, makes the chorus feel less like a romantic declaration and more like a capitulation. And I mean that there's an almost tragic willingness to surrender one's sense of self to another person's destructive influence simply because their embrace, however poisonous, still feels preferable to their absence. Okay, I've taken it back a little. Okay, so I've taken it back a little bit more because I just want to feel everything again. This song is, you know what? I'm not going to say it. Okay. Freaking hell, too. Please. Back to the acoustic guitar. Oh. Well. That song was just beautiful. It was just, I've had a pretty rough day, so hearing something like that really does help me a lot. I understand the hype behind this song in particular from those in the comment section. So, okay, I've got a lot to say. Well, my gosh, that was just extraordinarily beautiful. Okay, and now I think the song becomes even more poignant because Vessel's surrender acquires a strange sense of agency. And you know I'll be yours when the moment is perfect. Now that sounds almost like a vow, right? But there is an ominous patience to it. He is waiting precisely for the right instant to give himself over completely. Then I will fire and forget till we both lay broken. So that to me extends the song's central weaponry metaphor into something almost fatalistic. He will unleash himself without considering the consequences, and he knows that whatever this encounter becomes, neither of them is likely to emerge unscathed. Yet, what makes this particularly heartbreaking is the admission. Just want to be worth it. So beneath all the martial imagery, the violence, and the grandiloquent declarations, we encounter something terribly human, and that is insecurity. He doesn't merely want this person, he wants to feel worthy of being wanted by them. And that makes the next line, I will run like the wind till you follow me again. It makes it feel less like a triumphant pursuit and more like the exhausting cycle of an unstable attachment. Distance creates longing. Longing creates pursuit. Pursuit briefly restores connection, and the whole process begins again. So Vessel is prepared to exhaust himself simply to make the other person turn backwards toward him. And you know, with the citing of these previous first and second verses, it makes the chorus sound different every time to me. So take aim at me for once, break me apart, love. So the metaphor now becomes almost painfully complete. He knows this relationship can wound both of them. He knows he may be destroyed by it. And yet, he continues to offer himself as the target because even mutual devastation seems preferable to emotional abandonment. And what makes Sleep Token so compelling here is that the language is simultaneously romantic and catastrophic at the same time. Love isn't portrayed as a safe harbor, but as a battlefield upon which two people keep firing until the distinction between surrender and destruction has almost completely disappeared. So for me, what makes Take Aim so haunting is that it ultimately presents love not as a sanctuary, but as a dangerous gravitational force. And it's something that wounds, it consumes, and yet remains devastatingly irresistible. Vessel knows the relationship is destructive, yet he willingly surrenders to it. And he's yearning to be chosen, pursued, and deemed worthy. I like the lyric that he used earlier on, fire and forget. Now, that becomes a devastating metaphor for mutual destruction, right? While his promise to run until the other follows reveals an endless cycle of pursuit as well as abandonment. So really, in the end, this feels less like love conquering pain than love becoming indistinguishable from it. Well, that's all from me, folks. This was absolutely brilliant. It hit home in a way. And that's all I'm going to say about that. But if you enjoyed this video, please do like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. YouTube has been doing some really interesting things of late, so please do support this channel, support your favorite reactors that you enjoy watching. And if you would like to support me in a financial way, all of my links are in the description below. If you would like to request a song for me to react and lyrically analyze, you can make a donation via PayPal below. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, please do be kind, Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, do be kind, do be gentle, do be respectful to one another, and help each other out when you can. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Cheers.